So what is the best gift ever? I don't really know what the best gift ever is. I'm assuming it's probably health, love, uh, a beautiful family, your parents, your kids, a variety of other things. But what is the best gift ever? I Googled it and didn't really get far. I saw pictures of unicorns and all kinds of other things. But what if I told you, if you started at a young enough age, you could help give the gift of being a millionaire to your children, being a millionaire to your grandchildren? What if I told you that that was possible for almost everybody that's listening to this call? Here in the United States, we have more disposable free income than anybody else. So disposable income, more than any other country in the world. And I did some other Google searches and came up with something like this little meme. Too many toys, can't decide which ones to play with. What if instead of purchasing toys for your kids, you decided to do something a little bit different? And I've got some neat things here. So here was my Google search there. Too many toys. Tons of studies would say that if you buy your kids too many toys, they lack different things, probably end up ADHD and all those other excuses parents have for their kids not doing what they want. But maybe the problem is just too many toys. So lots of studies here. I'm sure if I looked at, there's probably a bunch of studies that say if your kids don't have enough toys, they grow up to be bad as well. But very interesting to see kids with too many toys causes a problem. So, but here's where I wanted to point this out, is that maybe they don't even play with the toys. Maybe you're just spending money on them for absolutely no reason. And maybe instead of having all those toys that they don't play with, if you were to ask them when they're 30, 40, 50, 60, what they would have rather have, it could be quite interesting. So I want to show you something. There's a little thing here. This is from creditdonkey.com. You can find this all over the place. But the S&P, so this is one of the stock indices out there. You can go and actually just buy the stock, the S&P. So it's made up of a bunch of companies. They've averaged a 10% return. And the markets as a whole has averaged roughly a 7% return. Now, this means you can't just be in it for one day. You've got to kind of get in there and consistently stay in the market. So here's what I wanted to show you that's pretty interesting. So they have all these money calculators. This is just from MSN.com. So let's just say you decided you got your kid's born. It's day one. You get $500 that you put in to start an account with them, and you're going to invest $10 monthly for your kid. The S&P was making 10%, so we'll use that number, 10%. So $100 a month, 10% interest rate. We're going to compound this yearly. You're starting with $500, and at age 60, you want to make your kid a millionaire, or we'll see what it does. If I hit calculate, so just a $100 investment, $500 to start. When your kid hits age 60, they will have $3.7 million. They may like that better than the Happy Meal, better than the Play-Doh that they got, the Holly Hobby thing, the Easy Bake Oven, all kinds of other stuff that we buy our kids. And by no means am I judging here, because I am probably the worst. My kids have more junk that they never use than probably most. But just something to kind of look at here. So, and even people that don't, let's say you don't have a lot of disposable income. $20, if you spend $20 here or there buying Happy Meals, say you just do that, it's, in that case, $20 every other day of the month. That's $300. So if you can fix that and get that out of there, here's what a $300 investment would do. $300 invested a month over 60 years would be $11 million. Let's just say kid wanted to cash out at age 30, $600,000. Not bad. Age 25. So you can see here, $350,000. Your kid graduates from college with $350,000 in the bank. So the time value of money is super important, and you've got to look at these charts and kind of see what there is there. What's really interesting, I went back and kind of looked at, I chewed tobacco for 35 years, so I kind of did the math and figured that I spent about $5 a day, so that's times 360 days. That's $1,800 a year divided by 12, so that's about $150 a month that I spent on chewing tobacco over 30 years of my life. So just how far would I be ahead today had I just taken that money and decided to do something else with it? $304,000. What if I chewed and drank a six-pack of beer and I'm drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon here, but that was $300 a month. I'd be up $600,000. So just something to think about. The way you spend your money is very important. And some other things to kind of take into consideration here. This doesn't just have to be something. You can actually teach a life lesson here. One, about delayed gratification, right? You're putting money away today to have something in the future. I think that it's just something that we lack today. We want everything and we want it now. It can also be something that you can go through, and as your kids get a little bit older, when they're young, you can buy Disney stock and do those kind of things. As they get older, they're now 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever they may be. Maybe you're buying companies that sell Xboxes and, you know, involved with Fortnite and different things like that, right? Things that they're interested in. You get them learning about the economy, how businesses move, how things happen, help make them more educated. And I just believe that this is something that people do not really leverage enough or think about. But the sooner that you can start saving, and whether it only be $100, you can find these things, you can move around and manipulate the numbers. Let's say you're only shooting for 7%, and you can see what that does to you through time. But very, very important to not waste money. And I do it all the time. I'm the most guilty person in this. Oh, it's only $10. It's only $20. Oh, it's just a cheap pair of shoes. It's a T-shirt. If you're not going to use it and you can do something else with that money, I'm going to tell you that through time, I am 100% sure that I do not know a person that wouldn't give up the junk that they threw away. So this is all junk. I'm not saying don't get essentials. The junk they all threw away, to where at age 35, they didn't have $1 million in the bank. People will all take the $1 million. Or at age 65, I do loans. I see where people are at, and I can tell you that most of the country, most of the people that we deal with mortgages have very little set aside. So it's an awesome way to make it fun. $100 a month is not that much. I believe most people can set that aside, do the right thing, and if you're 30, start now. If you're 10, start now. It doesn't matter when you start, as long as you start, and the more that you can put in, the better off you will be. Hopefully you like this. Let me know. Thank you.